In this video, we will prove that square root 3 is an irrational number. Now coming towards its proof, suppose that square root 3 is a rational number. We have to prove that square root 3 is an irrational number, but on contrary, we suppose that it is rational since we want to prove it by contradiction method. So that it can be written in the form P by Q, where P and Q belong to set of integers and Q is not equal to 0. Since every rational number can be written in the form P by Q such that P and Q are integers and Q is not equal to 0. So in the same way we can write square root 3 equal to P by Q, where P and Q belong to set of integers and Q is not equal to 0. Let it be named as equation number 1. Suppose further that P by Q is in its lowest form. It means that we cannot further simplify this fraction. It is in its lowest form. Now by squaring equation 1 on both sides, we get square root 3 whole square equal to P by Q whole square, which can also be written as 3 equal to P square divided by Q square. Now by multiplying both sides of this equation by Q square, we get 3Q square equal to P square. We can also write it as P square equal to 3Q square. Let it be named as equation number 2. P square is equal to 3Q square means that P square is a multiple of 3. So we can write P square is multiple of 3. If square of a number is multiple of 3, then the number itself is also multiple of 3. So from here we can write that P is also multiple of 3. If P is a multiple of 3, then we can write P as P equal to 3m. Let it be named as equation number 3. Here we have just written P as a multiple of 3. Now by using equation 3 in equation 2, we get 3m whole square is equal to 3q square, which can be written as 9m square is equal to 3q square. By dividing both sides by 3, we can write 3m square is equal to q square, which can be rewritten as q square is equal to 3m square, which means that q square is multiple of 3. If square of a number is multiple of 3, then the number itself is also multiple of 3. So from here we can write q is also a multiple of 3. If q is a multiple of 3, then we can write q equal to 3n. Here we have written q as a multiple of 3. Let it be named as equation number 4. By dividing equation 3 by equation 4, we get P divided by Q is equal to 3m divided by 3n. Here we can cancel 3, but in the beginning we supposed that P by Q is in its lowest form and cannot be further simplified. This contradicts our supposition that P by Q is in its lowest form. Therefore, square root 3 is not a rational number. If square root 3 is not a rational number, then it is an irrational number. Hence, we have proved that square root 3 is an irrational number.